Hey there, YouTube. I wanted to do a series of videos talking about nutrition. My name's Cody Husak. I am a Beachbody coach, as is my wife, Arlene Husak. You may know me from my social media platforms. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and here on YouTube. You can find me at Scrubs, Squats, and Sandwedges. And what I really want to talk about today is an aspect of health and fitness that I think isn't talked about as much as the fitness side. Like I said, I am a Beachbody coach. I love my P90X. I love some Body Beast. I'm kind of a fan of 21 Day Fix, although it's not my favorite. I do appreciate moving the body, exercising, getting a good workout in, and I can talk all day long about how I think the benefits of working out are extremely important. But even more important, I think, than any fitness program is nutrition. And the reason I say that is the things that we eat are the things that either make us healthier or less healthy. I'm not going to say unhealthy because I think you can eat less healthy foods, still eat a lot of healthy foods, and still live a very productive life. So I'm going to kind of explain my diet philosophy and kind of simplify things for you guys to make it a little bit fun, interesting, and informative at the same time. So here is my nutrition philosophy. I used to be a baseball player in high school. I love baseball, so I thought it'd be kind of fun to use a baseball diamond to kind of explain what my diet and nutrition philosophy is. As you can see on this graph here, or on this chart, I don't really count calories. I don't try to limit myself to anything. I think it's more important what you eat, not how much of it you eat. I think sometimes we get caught up into macronutrients, calories, and we really lose the overall picture of what we should be doing when we're eating healthy. And I do think that that's the most important part. I know some people have the philosophy of a calorie is a calorie, and as long as you're eating the amount of calories that you should be, and maybe looking at your macronutrients, it really doesn't matter what you eat. And, I do think there is some truth to that when it comes to weight gain and weight loss. But at the same time, I think when you look at fruits and vegetables, and then you look at, let's say, a Pop-Tart, I just don't think the two measure up. Even if you eat the same amount of calories, even if you hit the same macronutrients in those foods, I don't think you feel as good eating a Pop-Tart as you would eating nutrient-dense food. So, if you're on the philosophy of I can eat those types of food, maybe this isn't for you. But for those of you who are kind of looking for a different perspective, please continue watching. So I kind of want to go through what all of this means because it kind of looks cool to me, might look a little confusing to you. So the way that I laid this out is much like you would watch a baseball game, okay? So if you've ever played baseball or have watched baseball, there's two sides, there's two teams, and one team is up to bat, and the other team is in the field playing defense. And if you notice, the team that's playing defense are out there a lot longer than the single person that's batting. So all the foods that are on the field are the ones that I eat all the time. I'll eat as much of them as I want. I don't really try to keep anything in restriction. These foods I know are healthy. They're usually very low in calories because they are so nutrient dense. So I don't even really worry about how much of these I eat. These are the ones that play the field. These are ones where the majority of my nutrients and calories are coming from. and these are the ones that I think are the most beneficial to your health. So if you've ever watched a baseball game, the thing that people watch the most is the pitcher pitching the ball to the batter. And there's a very good reason why I put green leafy vegetables there in the center. Green leafy vegetables are very high in chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is the part of the plant that allows the plant to convert sunlight into energy. And there have been numerous studies that have shown that the more chlorophyll that you eat, the more alkaline your body is. So what that means is that the more green leafy vegetables or plants that have chlorophyll in them, the more alkalytic your body will be. Now, I don't want to get too complex about this because I am trying to keep this video quite simple. But to put that into context, our body uses respiration and metabolism to balance your pH balance in your body. If your body gets too acidic, it can get sick, and if it gets too alkalytic, it can get sick as well. And we can see this at work when we are working out. So when you work out really hard and you're doing cardio, your body starts to use up all of its energy sources. It gets more acidic, so you start breathing harder to get rid of carbon dioxide and to help lower the pH balance of your body. So your body's really good at regulating these things, but the more leafy green vegetables that you eat, really the easier it is on your body to alkaline your body, and there's a lot of health benefits. I might do a separate video on that altogether because I could probably talk a good 15-20 minutes just on the healing effects of alkaline foods. So just a little intro there, but we're going to move on for time's sake. So green leafy vegetables, those are the things that I try to concentrate the most on. Whether I'm making an omelet, I try to throw leafy greens in there. Whether I'm eating a sandwich, I always try to make sure that the lettuce is really dark, rich, leafy vegetables. Not so much the romaine lettuce, just because that's not as green as dense. I'm talking about kale, I'm talking about spinach, other leafy greens. Cabbage kind of runs into that family as well. If you're someone that doesn't like the taste of spinach or kale, cook it down. You can take a whole bunch of these green leafy vegetables, and once you cook them down, they go into a lot smaller size. You can throw that into pastas. I throw that into omelets all the time. You can even saute them and throw them into a stir fry. Any way that you can get your green leafy vegetables is extremely beneficial. All right, so moving on to the first basement, I got veggies here. So veggies, any vegetable, mushrooms, peppers, cucumbers, carrots, these are all part of my diet. And I always try to make sure that somewhere on my plate I have vegetables. I always try to get green leafy vegetables on my plate, and I also try to make sure there's also vegetables. So I'm often eating broccoli, whether it's steamed or I buy frozen broccoli all the time. Cauliflower, same thing. We use frozen peas all the time. One thing that I do want to say about fruits and vegetables, though, I highly recommend that you get organic. You can go on, if you do a simple Google search, and I believe Dr. Oz has a pretty good list of the dirty fruits and vegetables and the clean ones. So if you're someone that doesn't want to pay a premium on organic fruits and vegetables, go take a look at one of those lists. I'll try to get it onto the video here just to outline which ones that you really don't want to eat non-organic. Like I know pears are definitely one that you do not want to eat non-organic pears. The pesticides absorb right into the pear, and every single bite you're getting loads and loads and loads of pesticides. So it's good to inform yourself of those, and make sure that if you don't want to buy all organic, which I highly recommend, that you do at least avoid ones that will be extremely bad for your health. Next I have at second base is starches. So these are potatoes, sweet potatoes, and stuff of that nature. I'm not much of a meat and potato guy, but I do like sweet potatoes. I often use those as kind of like a sweet, almost like a dessert. You put a little honey and some not brown sugar, but cinnamon on top. You can use brown sugar if you want, and that tastes really, really good. I like having those probably once or twice a week. And there's a bunch of different ways that you can make potatoes to make them really taste good. You can roast them, you can make baked potatoes. Just recently learned how to make some smashed potatoes, which are really good, a little bit different. You boil them just about till they're done, then you smash them, and then you put them into the oven and bake them. So that makes kind of a cool, crispy yet soft potato. Really good. Next at shortstop, I got fruits. Fruits are extremely high in antioxidants, which if you know anything about antioxidants, it is the molecules that will be able to fight the free radicals in your body. Free radicals come from breathing oxygen. Oxygen is a molecule that can cause damage within the body, even though we need it to sustain life. The pollution that's in the air, the chemicals that are in the water that we drink, all of these things our body has to take care of, and antioxidants can help your body fight these things. Blueberries are extremely high in antioxidants. Cherries, anything that has a rich, dark color is usually really high in antioxidants. So definitely get your fruits in. They're great for smoothies, for quick snacks, for a nice little sweet tooth, and just can't say enough about fruits. My wife and I, we go through probably a tree of bananas a year. We just love them so much. So, rounding out the defense here at third base is the lean proteins. I've just recently started eating meat again. I've been eating meat now for about 6 months. But now that I am eating meat, that doesn't mean I'm just going to the grocery store and buying any kind of meat off the shelf. I do think it's important to buy meat that is raised properly. I'm not a big proponent of factory farming, the normal traditional meat that you would find at a grocery store. I do prefer organic. If I'm looking at beef, I'm really looking for grass-fed beef overall. And I love seeing pasture-raised. If I can see pasture-raised, organic, grass-fed, I'm a happy guy, and I know I'm in the right spot. I've actually found online, you can actually find butchers that will send directly to your home. I have a butcher here in Ferndale that I found online. I ordered up a 5-pound sirloin roast, and I just recently cut those into 9 different steaks. So that 5-pound roast was I think about $40, and I cut that into 9 steaks. When's the last time you saw 9 steaks at the store go for $40? And it's all grass-fed, organic, Michigan-raised cow. So definitely felt like I was helping the farmers and the local butcher all in one swoop, and I saved a good chunk of change at the same time. So really important to look at the quality of your food. I think is overall what I want you to take away from this is the quality of your food is the most important thing to me. So as we start to look at the bases, I kind of did this as you can see, the size goes from biggest at home base here to first base, where it gets a little bit smaller. Second base gets a little smaller, and third base is the smallest. So I kind of did this like, a baseball player goes up to bat, and if you hit 300 as a baseball player, you're doing really, really well. So that means that every time that person goes up to the plate, if they hit 3 out of 10 times, they're doing really well. So at home base, I put the things that I eat the most, but this is stuff that I'm starting to monitor. I'm not just eating as much as I want of these foods. I want to make sure that, I'm eating some, but the quality of these foods are not going to supersede the quality of the food that are on the field. Okay? So I like eating minimally processed foods. These are, my whole grain bread. I always try to make sure I get 100% whole grain. Just because it says wheat doesn't mean that it's whole wheat bread. If you turn it around on the back, often the wheat is actually dyed brown. So you definitely want to make sure that when you go to the store and you're looking at your bread section, if you're getting whole wheat, you want to make sure you get 100% whole wheat. Same thing with like pastas and anything that says multigrain usually has whole wheat and processed wheat in it as well. So it's kind of a mixture. So it all depends on your taste as well. I love sprouted grain bread. Just one quick thing on sprouts. Anytime you see sprouted on a package, that means that what they did is so for sprouted bread, before they took the wheat and ground it into flour, they actually sprout the wheat seeds, and that completes the protein. So like I said, I just started eating meat about 6 months ago, and this was even more important to me 6 months ago than it is now, but I still enjoy my sprouted bread because of this. But when you go through that process of sprouting the seed or the beans, whatever you're eating, it completes the protein. So what that means is, as a vegan or a vegetarian, it's hard to get all the 8 essential amino acids that we have to consume. You can do it, but it's difficult. And sprouted breads are one way that you can make sure that you're getting a complete protein in which all 8 of those essential amino acids are going to be in that product. So that's just a quick thing on sprouted grains. I could probably do a whole nother video on that as well. But yeah, you look on this, I like 100% whole wheat pizza crust. My wife and I actually just found cauliflower crust as well. So, I like the whole wheat pizza crust a little bit more, just because it kind of tastes a little bit more like pizza than it does when it's the cauliflower one. But it's all about, making sure that the food that you're making at home still tastes good and that you want to eat it. So, there's a little give and take, and that's why I, included my minimally processed foods here. When you go over to first base here, I have all my supplements that I take on a regular basis. I take a high quality protein powder once or twice a day. It helps me reach the protein intake that I'm looking to achieve. It helps me keep on muscle because I am an extremely hard gainer. I can work out for hours and hours and hours and just, I don't pound on the weight like some guys do. Protein powder helps me hit the protein, the amount of protein that I'm looking to get for any one day. And I think that's really important. Creatine monohydrate is on here as well. There's been a lot of studies on creatine monohydrate. It's extremely safe. You just want to make sure that you're, not going dehydrated, because it can get a little funky on your kidneys if you are not consuming enough water. So if you're someone that's crash dieting and cutting out water, I would not recommend creatine monohydrate for you. But everyone else, it's an extremely safe product. It's in most animal products like beef, chicken. But if you want to get the full benefits of creatine, you would want to take a creatine supplement. All it takes is a little teaspoon. Don't overdo it. The more you take, really, you're just going to get more bloating. It's not going to go to your muscles. So teaspoon is really all you need on that. Sometimes I use a pre-workout. I really haven't been using one as of late. I don't use anything super hardcore, just something with a little bit of beta-alanine in it, a little bit of caffeine, something to get you going, and then Shakeology. I'm going to be doing another video altogether on Shakeology here in this series and talking about what I think is important in that product, how I was a big skeptic of Shakeology for many, many years, and now that I've been using it for over half a year, the benefits that I've seen in Shakeology. Next, I have treats, because what's life without a little bit of chocolate? I love dark chocolate. I've always loved dark chocolate, so if you're someone that likes milk chocolate, by all means, eat your milk chocolate. I would look out for anything that has high fructose corn syrup in it. I'm not a big fan of high fructose corn syrup, but whatever's a treat to you, make it a treat. It's at second base. I don't do this all the time. Probably 3-4 times a week, I'll have some dark chocolate. Maybe I'll make some Laura bars here at home. I made a post earlier in my YouTube channel here on how I make a Laura bar like ball or bar. So if you're interested in how to make Laura bars, please click on that link. I walk you through each and every ingredient, why I think they're important, what type of energy source they are, and some substitutes that you can use as well. I also make some healthy desserts. I've been known to make cookies out of 3 ingredients. All you need is oats, bananas, and some chocolate chips. I'll definitely be making those sometime soon, and I'll try to make a video of that as well. They taste really good, especially if you get them right out of the oven, and that's all the ingredients in there. So you can almost have them as a breakfast snack or a midday snack or as a dessert, which is why I love them so much. And then the last one, third base, is, there's times where you just got to enjoy the food that you're around. Okay, when I go on vacation or when I have a holiday or a birthday, I'm going to have my birthday cake. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I eat really healthy food 364 days out of the year, and when it comes to my birthday, I'm going to have a big old piece of chocolate birthday cake. When I go on vacation, I usually eat pretty healthy just because I enjoy eating healthy. But if I wanna have a hamburger and some fries, if I wanna have dessert every night, I'm gonna do that, because I'm on vacation. That's a time to let down, relax, enjoy the fruits of your labor, and I think that's an important aspect of life as well. It's not always about dieting, making sure that your body looks a certain way, and got to make sure that I'm getting my macros and my calories and this and that. That's going to drive you nuts. I think you got to have balance in anything. I don't do it all the time. Like I said, that's kind of the 2 areas that I do it. I do it on holidays and I do it on vacations. I don't do it on Tuesday nights. I don't do it on Friday nights. I don't do it on weekends. It's holidays and vacations for me. Maybe for you it's something else, but this is my philosophy. I wanted to share with you guys what my overall philosophy is. I'm not, like I said, I'm not big on counting calories. And this is what I've put together. So I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have any questions, please comment below. If you're interested in joining my team, I'd love to help you reach your health and fitness goals. Just message me below. I will get to you, and we can put you on the right track to take control of your health and fitness. I'd love to help you in any way that I can. If you are interested in becoming a Beachbody coach, if you've already started your fitness journey and have just loved what it's brought to your life. Maybe you started at a low point and you got somewhere where you're like, wow, I can't believe I've done that. Come join. Ask me about coaching. I'm going to be posting a video here in my YouTube channel as well of what coaching has done for me and how I'd like to give to others now. So it's very rewarding, very fulfilling, and I can't say enough good things about it. So I want to say thank you for sticking with me and listening to my health and fitness diet philosophy. Yeah, and if there's anything that you have questions with, please let me know, and I will get back to you. So thank you, and eat some healthy foods.